Hello, daters! Let's talk about intimacy today. Let's talk about what it is and how we can get more of it. Why do we want more of it? Well, hopefully, we want to have a solid long-term relationship that doesn't easily fall apart. Now, usually, when people talk about intimacy, the conversation goes straight to the bedroom. But the bedroom is the last step after all the other intimacy has been focused on for months. Years, decades. Just kidding. It doesn't necessarily have to be decades. It does, however, take some time to develop the type of intimacy that you want as the foundation of a quality, lasting relationship. What is intimacy then? Intimacy is defined as a close, familiar, and affectionate personal relationship. It is a deep connection. It is a connection that can be shared with anyone you are close to, not just a romantic partner. This close bond is developed in various ways. We are required to do various things to develop different types of intimacy, which all contribute to the feeling that we know and trust a person. It is a feeling of connection. True intimacy requires a certain amount of vulnerability. People who don't want to form intimate bonds are probably fakers, manipulators, and people who have ulterior motives. Let's get into the different types of intimacy that we should be focusing on. The first type is emotional intimacy. It's developed by having empathy and compassion. There is a saying that who feels it knows it. So if the person can feel where you're coming from, then they know you much better. In other words, you have to be able to connect to the point where you can put yourself in your partner's shoes. You're talking about things and sharing your feelings about the past, the present, and the future. Express what makes you happy. Describe what makes you sad. Let the person know about your fears. Don't be afraid to share about your experiences. The goal is to have the other person and yourself saying, I feel, you feel, we feel together. The next type of intimacy is intellectual intimacy. It's all about having deep conversations. It's about sharing ideas and opinions about things that interest you. For example, if you're into history or something, talk about a time period you find interesting. Listen to what the other person has to say. This is a good time to observe if the person is a good listener. This is a time to gauge if the person has been pretending to like history but now has no interest in what they claim to have liked. This is a time to assess the person's level of intelligence. Do they read books? Can they hold a serious conversation? Can they express their opinions clearly? Are they able to handle debates or discussions with ideas and opinions different from their own? Is the person able to learn new information easily if they are not acquainted with topics? Do they have anything to contribute to the conversation? I once heard someone say something like, a good predictor of compatibility is having similar IQs. If the person is not able to engage you mentally, or you are not engaging them, it may not be a good match. Have lots of conversations about various topics. Don't be judgmental. People are allowed to have other opinions or ideas, but do pay attention to the person's mindset. Spiritual intimacy is often neglected, but very important. There needs to be a bond surrounding personal beliefs, ethics, purpose, and religion. Well, this is a Christian channel, so I would say personal beliefs that don't agree with Christianity are like a red flag with neon lights and a siren underneath, to me. It's over before it began. But what if you do share the same faith? It's still important to connect there. You want to share a prayer life. You want to share experiences you had and have new experiences together. What do I mean by that? Go to church together. Hold hands and worship as a team. Pray together. Fast together. Discuss your purposes in Christ and see if they may align. I mean, is this a kingdom marriage that you're going towards or not? You want to know about soul ties. You want to know about the demons. What is the person overcoming and what has the person already overcome? Christ is going to be the solid rock foundation of this relationship anyway. If the person doesn't want that, then odds are it's not the right person for you. Next is experiential intimacy. That's about sharing new experiences and working together toward goals. Yeah, nothing brings you close to someone like working toward shared goals and having the same experience as the other person as you move towards that. That's the kind of stuff that lasting memories are made of. And guess who will always be a part of the memory? Your partner in crime, of course. Let's pretend two people have the goal of traveling the world and seeing 60 countries. The trips would be enjoyable because of companionship, and they would be building a bond by doing various activities together. Both people would have a similar experience, and both people would have new memories that would last a lifetime. Finally, we're at physical intimacy, which is last. Let me repeat, last on the list. It involves hand-holding, hugs, touches, and at the very last, sex. Notice that physical intimacy is focused on the exterior, whereas all the rest of these other types of intimacy are focused on, inner, mental, and spiritual states of being. That's why we said that it's possible to have a close bond with anyone we are close to, not just romantic partners. All I'm going to say is that if you can't trust someone with your mind and with beliefs, don't trust them with your body. I feel I don't have to explain physical intimacy much because that seems like the only thing that people are excelling at, while all the other types of intimacy are ignored or barely acknowledged. Good luck, daters. Hope this helped. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and check out my previous video.